Hi and welcome to Mum's the Word, sponsored by Newbie and me. Don't forget that. So, this is a show that we're all putting together that is going to be talking about topics that aren't usually spoken about. Dressing, the elephant in the room sometimes, taboo things, all of those subjects that a lot of mums and dads might keep to themselves because they're scared. And we just want you to know that we all think about it, we all go through it, and it's completely normal. You are not losing your mind. So I'm your host, my name is Sarah, and these are our gorgeous panellists.
Hi.
This is Jen, this is the lovely Georgina, and Beth.
Hi.
So what we're going to be doing is talking through a variety of topics that is going to start from right from the beginning till the very end. And when I say the end, I mean when the baby's here. Not when they're 18 and the fun starts and then they all move out. So we're going to be talking about things from your pregnancy test to the baby coming. So the first one, just get straight into it, is the pregnancy test. So, Jen.
Oh.
You've got 3.
I have. They're all mine.
Children.
I think.
So you've done it 3 times.
At least.
Well, can you remember your first?
I can. And it took, what I found quite difficult was, I was young, I was 21 when I got pregnant with Evie. And it took me 12 months to get pregnant. And I remember struggling with that because I remember thinking, is it me? Is it him? It puts that pressure on you and your partner because then, you know, having sex becomes like a calendar date as well. So it's like, you know, I'll see you on Thursday at 2
That
minutes past 2.
That should never happen.
So you put the pressure on yourself, don't you? And then you start looking at him thinking, it's your fault. Or is it my fault? Is it me? And it's just that little bit of pressure. And it did take me quite some time. So I remember peeing on that stick and it being pregnant and not believing it, thinking, oh, this can't be true, this can't be real. So then you spend, you know, £74.70 on 4 tests. That's how expensive they are. And it's true. And I was absolutely buzzing. And it does become addictive because as much as you've got, you know, the tumbles, it is amazing as well when you do want a baby and you know, she's there, so to speak. So yeah, it was good. It was good memories. 9 years ago, like, drank a lot of Stefan since then.
But when was your most recent baby?
So Rocco is nearly 6 months. So, God, I remember that like it was an hour ago. And I peed on the stick at Evie's football match. And I rang him and I said, you're never going to guess what? And I think he said something like, oh, not chicken casserole again. Something like that. And no, I said, no, we're having a baby, babe. So yeah, it was 3 times, but no more, I'm all right. I'm full.
No.
I'd have a nice
Get some
sandwich.
rabbits.
I did mine at work and wasn't expecting it whatsoever. And I thought, I'll just do this because I was going to Amsterdam for my birthday about 3 days later.
Wounded.
Fuming.
So I just had to sit and stare at everyone.
I'll just have a
Having
waffle.
fun. Yeah. And then, so obviously I was at work and I didn't really have anyone to tell. I rang my fella and he just laughed at me.
Did he not believe you? Do you think he was wrestling? Like, was it like April Fool's or something?
Joke. I'd strangle
No,
him.
I think
I
it
need
was a
your
bit more
support.
of like a nervous laughter.
Yeah, nerves.
Yeah, you're going to be a dad. No money for 18 years. What about you, Georgina? You've got 2.
Yeah, so my first Bodhi, it was really very much like
I
Jen.
love that name.
I love that name, it's beautiful.
So
Yeah.
nice.
Bodhi Ray.
It just
I
flows,
love
doesn't it?
that, I
Bodhi
love
Ray.
that.
It sounds famous.
It should be
Yeah,
Scouse.
that's what we went for, Bodhi Ray and Forest Fox. That's my second.
Forest Fox. I'm
It's
pinching that.
brilliant,
That's
yeah.
brilliant. I'm not having any more kids. Keep
Very
going.
famous.
Get some rabbits, Jen.
I will.
Yeah, you get one, I'll get the other.
Yeah, so mine was very much like Jen. We were trying for such a long time after a miscarriage as well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So yeah, we had the miscarriage and then we tried for 2 whole years after. And it was literally, I had like a whole drawer of pregnancy tests. And I did
so much
I was
pressure.
going to say,
Yeah.
was that a horrible 2 years or was that a nice 2
It
years?
was horrible because sex isn't sex
That's
anymore.
not sex. It's
I was
like,
gonna
it's
say,
like,
like-
it's like having a meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that affect your relationship? Because that's taken all the pleasure out of one of the most pleasurable parts of your relationship.
Well, it was just...
It's a lot of stress
Yeah,
on
it's
both of you,
horrible,
and I
that
can
is.
imagine it's like a lot.
2 years is a long time.
A lot of blame as well. Like,
yeah,
oh,
so
is
it
it
would
you?
probably feel
Is it
longer
me?
as well.
Should we go to the doctors?
Yeah. Well, we did in the end. So we did go to the doctors. the doctor said to me, so I was what, 27, and the doctor said, well, you know, you are borderline old mum, kind of like you are, you know, once you get
Off with his head.
Yes.
Yeah. And actually, when I was
Did the police have to escort you out?
literally,
I don't go to that doctor's anymore.
Never.
My husband's quite a lot older than me, so I was like, obviously it's his fault.
It's all good here.
It's all kind of when it's kind of like, you know, when
It's down to
getting
the
pregnant,
woman,
it
yeah.
is down to the woman, yeah.
I thought my room would be quite a hostile environment because I did think maybe probably it's me. I'm not exactly the most welcoming of people. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I understand. It's stressful, it's horrible.
Yeah.
And your relationship, then I think what happens is it becomes your life, so you actually stop having fun and stop enjoying each other.
Yeah.
And all you think about is getting pregnant.
Yeah.
So going for a nice meal, going to the cinema, enjoying
It's
each other
all
at
about
home.
that.
It's all about getting pregnant. And that's why I'd rather not get pregnant and have a nice life than my
Have the
whole life.
relationship.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know somebody who would literally go, like, call the fella up, they'd come home from work at a set time, they'd be like, quick, come home on your lunch break!
It's not nice.
That's
That's
what
not
we're here!
You got two.
And he literally told me, it was a friend of mine, that afterwards, that she stood on a handstand on the end of the bed.
Yeah, my mum did that to me.
She was like, it's going to make it work
Mum did
more.
it really.
We did this, we did all
Did
this,
you do
yeah.
the handstand?
Every time we had sex, we'd put the pillow underneath my bum and I'd be like,
Georgina.
I'm like, literally, that's
You
how
meant to have a
mine was,
ciggy
yeah.
on, yeah.
Did it work?
Not
Did it
with
work
the-
though?
No,
Right?
right,
When,
tell
no,
me,
when
like
you
an
stop
old
stressing
one.
out,
Yeah.
when you just relax,
Yeah.
stop worrying about it, and maybe thought, do you know what, we're just going to have to wait. Let's forget to put too much
If
pressure
you've got
on
a
a
wedding or an event
relationship.
where you've got to fit into a frock, you stop trying to get pregnant because you think,
So
I've got to fit into
and then
this,
boom.
and then bam, you're fat.
I actually have a picture of the actual night we conceived and I looked really
Fire.
hot. It was in Chester. Yeah, we went on a night out in
Romantic.
Chester. We were absolutely smashed. We weren't thinking
Ace.
about sex at all. I mean, sorry, we weren't thinking about baby making. Yeah. So
The
we got
You're
love.
just
back.
enjoying yourself. You're just
Yeah.
having a moment with your fella.
Yeah.
I love
We
it.
got back and, you know, did the deed without even thinking about, you know, and
Yeah.
I still have the pictures to the day because that is the night I
Pictures
made
of that
so-
night?
Can I just say, I truly believe that. Like, anybody that I've ever spoken to that's ever had trouble conceiving and they've been doing all of the scientific way, like, it shouldn't be a scientific thing.
No.
From what I know, whenever anybody's like sat back, relaxed, dropped the pressure off a little bit, or just like gone out on a night out and
Yeah.
got really drunk, then they're like, when they're least expecting it, like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
A lot of people
I
say it
missed my
though.
period.
Yeah. A lot
Yeah.
of people But say I was it, after I was
definitely.
like, what? I wasn't even ovulating that night. You know,
I had it in my calendar.
it wasn't the right night to have sex.
Well, just throw those ovulation tools away, get everything in the bin, guys, and just enjoy it. I mean, for me, I thought I had IBS, and it was a baby.
Yay!
Yay! No,
What?
I thought I had really bad IBS. I was off work, so I felt really sick. And I hadn't really been with my boyfriend that long, I'd been with him about 4 months. And my friend came around, she said, "You're pregnant, Sarah." And I was like, "I'm not."
I have got IBS.
I've got IBS. It's a condition. Yeah, so she was like, "You are pregnant." I said, "Right, well, you can buy the pregnancy test and you can pay for it while I laugh in your face because I'm not pregnant." And I'll never forget, and I was in my apartment and I literally sat down on the loo, like you were being sick or whatever, and she picked it up and she went, and threw it on the, and I went, "What was that face for?" Nothing, it's just going to work. And she put the towel over it, threw it on the floor, so I started having heart palpitations and like,
Oh, it's not
Face
IBS,
off.
it's anxiety.
yeah, it's anxiety. Anyway, she was like, she picked the stick up and went to me like that.
Did she?
Yeah, well, basically it come out of every end because it was all shark and then it was lovely.
Oh, look. Isn't it
But
a classy
anyway,
thing?
It is classy. You'll find that a lot of bits about pregnancy, you do have to sacrifice your dignity a little.
So we're all pregnant at this point.
So we're all pregnant and it's time to announce the pregnancy. Jen.
My mum said to me, "Do you want a glass of champagne?" And I said,
Yes.
"No, thank you." And she said, "You're pregnant." Bam!
Do you know
That's
what,
how, I swear to God, I walked through the front door and she said, "Do you want a glass of champagne?" I said, "No, thank you." She said, "You're pregnant." I said, "I know." And then she went, And that was basically it. I swear to you, that's how quick it was, and that was the end of mine. It wasn't in any other way. And then I did sniff the champagne and rub it into the balls and temples for the next 9 months. I wore it like a fine fragrance for a few months, but yeah, that's how it happens,
I've
ladies.
always thought you smell of Prosecco.
And I wondered why you kissed me in that.
Yeah, just
Do you know
sniffing the
what?
Prosecco on you.
At 27 years of age, I was still scared of telling my mum.
What's she?
Yeah, I told her over the phone.
I don't think that's...
chicken. What did she say?
I said to her, oh, you remember how
I remember how you got pregnant
I
once.
said, I'm not very good at keeping secrets. She was like, yeah. I said, I'm pregnant.
No, you didn't do that.
I did.
You just drop the mic.
Yeah.
I'm pregnant.
And do you know what she said though? Oh my God, how are you going to afford that?
Oh no!
That's my
Stop me this champagne.
It's a bit like she meant to say congratulations.
I'm
but
sure
it was
she
just
did.
a shock.
Yeah,
and then
of
she
course.
was like, I'm really happy for you. And I felt really bad because that was the first thing she said,
Yeah.
and that's how I remember it.
Can I
Yeah,
just
well,
say
that's
though,
funny.
and to anyone at home watching as well, if you are thinking about getting pregnant or you're trying or you just found out you're pregnant, it's so natural because one of the first things that you do worry about is money. There is never a good time to have a baby.
No, never.
And you will always
No.
find a way. There will never ever be
If you
an
have
issue
extra babies,
with
though, you
the
can put
money.
them on
You'll
Amazon
find the
now.
money. So don't ever worry about that because it really, that's the last thing you
You'll
should
never
be
be
worrying
able to
about.
afford it.
Yeah, you're never going to be able to afford it.
No.
But you'll find the money.
Yeah.
And your life changes in different ways because you're not going to be going out every Friday night and coming home on
Yeah,
Sunday
yeah.
morning and having £300 with nothing to
Yeah.
show for it.
Food
There's
tastes
actually like an
different.
estimated
Yeah.
cost, isn't there?
Things, your priorities change, your lifestyle changes, and it's not all as much as we joke about it for the bad. You still have your social life, you still do things
You've got to
that
try
you
and
used
keep
to
that
do.
though, 'cause it's very difficult
Yeah,
to
you've
lose
got
that.
an extra
Very hard
element
to
to
lose
your
that.
life that is enhancing it, that's going to bring you more joy than you could ever imagine.
What I find is though as a woman, because men get, I'm sorry to be thingy yet, men get praised for like, if you see a man in the supermarket with the kids or you see a man, I don't mean
I
it's
know
the
what
way
you
it sounds
mean.
now,
Oh,
or
can
you
I
see
give you
man
a
with
medal?
kids and people go,
Yeah.
oh, isn't he good?
Yeah.
Isn't he good taking them in the supermarket like that? Isn't he a good dad? Or you see them, isn't he good taking them to school? Isn't he a good dad?
Yeah.
But that's just natural for me. I'm just meant to do that because what? I'm a cow milking in the garden. Oh, she'll take them 'cause that's the mum, that's expected. So what happens is, mums, when you go out, you start thinking, I'm bad mum, shouldn't go out, I'm not allowed a life, I shouldn't do that, I don't deserve it. But no. You're still Beth.
Mum.
Yeah.
I'm
Beth.
still Jenny.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not just a milking machine made to just feed and wipe poo off someone's bum. Do you know what I mean? I was doing that with my fella for the years before I got pregnant. So this is what does my head in. One thing one of the big reasons why I'm here is not because I'm not dissing men. Men are great. Don't get me. I wouldn't have my babies if it wasn't for a man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love men. Trust me. But
Come on, Jen. Let's wrap this up.
But it's what just makes this women feel that you can't go out, you can't have a life, and you can't once you have a baby, and that's all.
I think that
you
is
can,
like-
girls, you are allowed a cocktail or a
Is it
waffle.
what?
or a
I
pie.
agree with you girls, but I do think that is like a whole separate different
Yeah,
thing.
100%
We can
yeah,
talk,
but
I
I'm
would talk
passionate,
about
man,
for
I'm passionate
hours.
about that,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
me
I think
too.
That's
That
all
is-
mums do talk
Yeah,
about.
that's
It does me head in though, isn't
That's
he
our little
good?
bitch,
Isn't
isn't
he
it?
good? Is he good? Ah, right, what am I then? Patron saint of all goodness, mate.
obviously that is what we all are. Can I just say, Jen?
You're welcome.
But when I announced, well, I didn't announce my pregnancy. So I found out I was pregnant and then I went round to my aunties because of all the times in the world. My dad was out of the country on holiday somewhere. My mum was out of the country on holiday somewhere. And I was just like, so I'm the only girl in my family as well. And they've not had, like, it was the first grandchild on my side. It was the first grandchild on my boyfriend's side. So we were like, oh my God, I need to tell. So I had to go and tell my auntie and I was like, don't tell anybody, don't tell anybody, don't tell anybody. So we were really excited and there was tears and whatever. And then my dad was coming back the next day. So I called him, but my auntie had just got so giddy pants that she'd rang him and been like, you need to ring Sarah, you need to ring Sarah. So he'd called me and been like, I had missed calls, ring me urgently, is everything okay? So I was like, oh God, this is ruining it. So I rang him up and I was like, hi Dad, so you 20 missed calls, where's the fire? He said, oh, I just wanted to make sure everything was all right with you. Yeah, in your womb. I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. And I was like, yeah. And he said, oh, bloody hell. Thought you were telling me to ring him to tell me I'm going to be a granddad. And I was like, well, since
Now
you
you
said
mention
it,
it.
Dad. So he took it away from me. But he is a great granddad, so I'll let him off. What about reactions on your second baby? So I mean, we've got what?
Yeah.
Go on.
We have sense.
I feel mine's going to be well more negative than yours, so you go.
No, it doesn't have to be negative. Like,
Oh,
I'm
mine.
intrigued because I've not had a second one, and may or may not. But like, I wonder how different it would be.
Totally different. Well, I was different with them as well. So my first one, obviously, we were trying for ages. My favourite part of all that is how I told my husband. But
Tell us.
so I gave him. It was Valentine's. So I like basically sent him a Valentine's Day card, but I didn't say who it was from. So I put our address on and everything. So he got home and he had this card at home, and I'd obviously already given him the Valentine's card. So
He must have been so scared.
Well, he was.
He must have been.
I
That
said,
beard in
she's
the office is
cheating.
weird,
2
man.
cards.
He said this after
That beard in the office has been looking at me
Who
now
would
since
send you a
I'm doing
Valentine's
it.
Day card other than me? Yeah, so he's opening this card, and I'm like, I've just picked him up from the train station. And,
How did you keep it to yourself?
I know, he was like banging on about work on the way home, and I was just driving like, yeah, I got home, and I was like, oh, there's a card there for you on the side. He opened the card, and it was basically a rabbit on the front with a carrot, and it said, if I had the choice, I'd pick you again.
Aww.
And then inside, I just stuck, it was like a paper pregnancy test, because literally we got through that many, we had to kind of resort to the cheaper versions.
It can
stuck
get a
on.
really
It takes me to cost you that much. You don't
Yeah,
know what to
literally.
just wait until I was 8
Yeah,
months.
but apparently these paper pregnancy tests are the one that they use in hospital.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
the hormones in your own not. Doesn't matter what you pee on, does it? I mean, you have to pee on a.
But I took it on day 1 of missing my period, so it was just as good.
So,
Yeah.
going off subject here, I was well engrossed then. What was it? So,
Second
what was
baby,
his-
yeah.
did he see it at first and not really register, and then just be double take? What did he do?
He just opened it and he was like, what? And then obviously,
Yeah,
we were
boy.
absolutely over the moon, just like, hugged
I wouldn't
me.
have been able to keep it
It's
to
like, it was
myself.
like in a
that's
film,
so
where
lovely.
like the guy kind of picks up the woman and swings around. It was like that.
Is that what he says?
Yeah.
Did he?
I'm going home and getting to say, swing me round.
Well
And you'll
done.
go.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, we've got to be
Does
careful.
he swing you round?
Yeah.
Is he? Do you hire him out?
I
I've got £6 if you want it.
Jen.
Second baby, I was at the 40
Oh, that
match
was my
league.
first baby, by the way. That was my first
Oh,
one.
Sorry,
sorry.
I'm baby number 2. You got swung
No,
round
no,
the
no.
first one.
Baby number 2.
Oh yeah,
was totally
helicopter to
different.
Dubai.
No. Baby number 2 was.
He bought me a Matthews.
Yeah. Baby number 2 was totally unexpected because I hadn't had a period for 2 years.
Although we say we.
Yeah.
So
You've not been
No.
on. You grumpy little.
Because I was breastfeeding. So the first time I actually had a period and we had sex, I got pregnant, literally.
What
so,
a guy.
super spur.
What a guy. I bet
Oh
you
my
in the
God.
bathroom and went, yes. Go ahead, lads.
No, but that wasn't.
So it wasn't planned, and you
It wasn't
didn't
planned,
know.
no. And I just came down and he was kind of taking Bodhi out the car. So Bodhi was like 2. And I was like, I'm pregnant. And he just went, what? And I was
Hi,
like,
I'm
pregnant. And he
David.
was
Please
like,
meet you.
right, we've got to get Bodhi in bed. He's sleeping.
Shock.
Did that
Just
feel
shock,
good
shock.
though, because you've been trying for so long?
Yeah, getting
For
pregnant
the
did. Yeah,
first.
getting pregnant did. But the actual shock of being pregnant straight away was like, wow. And then my mum was the best. So I just started working when Bodhi was 18 months. So I just started working in the family business. And I rang my mum and I was like, no, I saw it.
Human.
Yeah, so I was in front of it and I was like, so anyway, I've got something to tell you. She's like off on a tangent talking about work. I was like, I'm pregnant. She was like, what about work? What about work? What about the salon? And I was like, I'm going to say that again and I'm going to let you just register it. Yeah.
Would you
I'm
like to
pregnant.
refine your reaction, please,
Yeah,
Mum?
yeah. Because you'll regret this. Yeah. And she was like, well, obviously, yeah, I'm happy for you, but what about work?
But isn't it
That's
such a
hard.
different reaction when you're planning your pregnancy as opposed to when it's just a shock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't realise.
100%.
Yeah.
It is a completely different reaction. But how nice after all that time you'd spent. And it just does go to show, I really do truly believe that you'd stop planning, you stop getting the ovulation strips all.
Stressing.
Quick, come home.
You
Come
can-
home, I need to do a handstand at the end of the bed afterwards.
But
Yeah.
so many people tell you that though, don't they? So many people. When you're in the midst of trying and you're really trying, and people are saying, oh, I'm pregnant, I'm this and that, and you're like,
I just think your body's under that much
people
stress.
say to you though, stop trying,
Yeah.
and then it'll happen. You think
You can't get
you
out of that mindset.
can't get that out of
You
your
say,
head.
I'll relax.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to try. But that's
Yeah.
it's just ridiculous, isn't it? You're just going to do that to you. And once you know you can, the second.
So basically, guys, we've gone from swinging her around like the end of a film with the romantic music on to what?
Yeah.
We've got to put the baby to bed.
What about work?
Yeah.
What about work? That is the next question, isn't it? What about work?
Did everyone do this? Because within my family, like there'd been just one, there was only me and I've got about 8 cousins and they've all had children before me and there's like, there must be, I'm not exaggerating, about 20 boys. So I was like the oracle. They were like, don't even come home when you're pregnant unless you are having a girl, Sarah. You are bringing us this girl.
Yeah.
So as soon as she could find out the sex, I was in Window to the Moon and we were in Andy like at the door like that, like 14 weeks on the dot, pretending I was 16.
Did you do that? Did you do the early
Yes,
one?
I did. And then I went to the shops across in Hanley. Yeah, like supermarket sweep was about £400 done in 20 seconds, like anything pink. She was like a pink toilet roll holder. She's going to hate me. But I think she looked beautiful. So did you?
No.
No.
No, I didn't care. I didn't care if it was a unicorn, as long as it didn't have my teeth. I was happy.
We didn't pay for an early scan, but we did find out what we were having, mainly because my fella's already got a little girl. So we wanted to find out just for that reason. So we could tell her that she was having a little brother.
Was she that excited?
Yeah.
That's so nice.
And we didn't mind what we were having. I was adamant I was having a boy. But no, we've got a little girl. But
How did you feel?
What did you want? Sorry, Jen.
Right.
I wasn't really bothered. Like, it's my first. He would have preferred a boy, I think.
Yeah.
One of each. Yeah.
Is that just how you feel though, or did he say that? Do you know what I mean?
I said it.
I love that. No, he said it.
Yeah.
I want a boy. No pressure.
Yeah, but like we wouldn't change it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, once
I
you've
know.
had them, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I was like with my with my first, we didn't find out because it was your first. We weren't really bothered whether it was a boy or a girl.
How can you do that? How can you do that?
It stresses me
But it
out.
was really strange.
Yeah.
The whole way through the pregnancy, we'd already got the girls and the boys' names. So the boy's name was Bodie, the girl's name was Willow. But we called the baby
love
Bodie.
Willows.
Yeah, we said if the baby's born, we're gonna have to call it Bodie because we thought it was a boy and it was a boy. But with our second, this is a really kind of like, I know that people say, oh, you shouldn't feel like that, but I really wanted a girl.
Yeah.
I've got a boy, I wanted a girl. And I was open about saying it, like I really
Because
wanted a
now
girl.
women feel really guilty
Yeah.
about saying that.
Yeah,
It's
they
almost
don't
like you're a bad
say
person
it.
because they go, well, as long as they're healthy,
People
long as
always-
they're, yes, of course I want them healthy, but I'm allowed an opinion on what I'd like as well.
Yeah.
I think it's the pressure though of saying I really want
You're
a
not
girl.
allowed. You're
and
not
then
allowed to say.
Then it being a boy,
Well, that's
and you're
right.
then
But
going,
what
what's
happened with you though, Georgie? Did you go and find out early on? Did you find out at the hospital? And when you go to the hospital, how many weeks are you when they can offer you that?
20.
Yeah.
I wanted a girl both times with my 2 boys, and I was open, honest about it. I wanted a gang of girls. I wanted to create my own girl gang, and we were going to take over the world and that. And I'm not ashamed to admit it, but
And
don't get me
luckily,
wrong.
everyone is safe. Gemma's got a girl and 2 boys.
Yeah, but with Ronnie,
Unlock the chains
boy or
and bolts
girl,
of
it was
your
going to be
door.
Ronnie. Boy or girl, I'd pick the name. I'd pick a boy-girl name first.
I am
didn't
Ronnie.
But
hear
Georgie,
it.
sorry guys, can I just say, Georgie, when you found out, did you go and pay to find out? Did you do it when
No,
you
I waited. So with Forrest, I waited till I was 20 weeks, and I was absolutely adamant that I was having a girl because I wanted a girl.
Yeah.
And so we lay there, and she was like, "Oh, I think that's a little Willie," and I was like,
Oh man,
"Really? Like really?" I rang my mom, and I was honestly, I was really devastated. I was.
At least
won't
being
be
honest
when
is what
they're
it's about.
But yeah, it really did hit home because then she said, "Oh, and there's something wrong with the kidney." So then I was like, "Oh my god, I've spent all this
It
time
does.
wanting a girl, and then she tells me that
That's
the health of my
everything
baby."
is just pale in comparison.
Yeah, and then I did feel a bit guilty, but I'm not going to kind of say that I wasn't bothered about the sex because I was.
Yeah, but that guilt.
So it's
makes
okay,
sense.
it's fine. Guys, if you want a girl, just tell people.
Yeah.
If they don't like that about you, then
Swaps
that's
are
fair
available.
enough. What about, this was a massive one for me. Your kind of lifestyle, your food, your drink, the restrictions, your sex life, everything that happens as a knock-on effect of being pregnant. Like, what did you struggle with the most, Beth? What affected you or bothered you?
I had really, really, really bad sickness all day, every day, and I couldn't eat what I wanted. I literally lived off potato waffles for the first 3 months.
That sounds incredible to me.
and strawberry to it. And like at one point, the whole food thing,
Sounds like my son's dad.
like my partner would be cooking something. I thought I was going to have to leave home and move in.
That bad?
Like,
Does it
the
smell of it.
Yeah.
The smell of any food. And obviously, some people...
Did it go though? It usually does go after like
Yeah,
the
but
first
not-
trimester, doesn't
Not
it?
until about 20 weeks.
Oh,
So,
Oh, that's hell.
and I remember like my partner making, not on purpose, but he made me feel really bad that I hadn't done anything just because I felt so ill. And I literally went to Aldi, and it was a good job I took my own bag for life because I was sick. I was sick in Aldi.
I have been sick in waste paper bins at work, so
But
everyone does it.
that was the drink didn't really bother me. I'm not a massive drinker anyway, but the food was a massive thing for me.
I think people don't realise as well during that first trimester how your body rejects so many different foods, and it's like your body's natural way of knowing that you shouldn't be having that because it's not good for the baby. Like I didn't know I was pregnant, and when I go to work in the morning, I always like by 9 o'clock I'm literally like I've had 4 coffees, and I remember being on my second coffee and just being like, oh my god.
It was
And I didn't
You
realise
have caffeine, don't you? But
Yeah,
you're not meant to
not
have
hard,
caffeine.
no,
You can have it, but not too much because it can, I think in like the most extreme cases, it can induce a miscarriage, but it's like your body knows that. I didn't know I was pregnant, but my body knew like, whoa, calm down on this coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was lager.
Do you love a good lager?
I just miss swigging on a nice awful lager because I just thought it's the most refreshing drink.
Jen's size 8 and she could have 10.
I just like a nice little cheeky
Goes
lager,
through a toe.
and I couldn't have
She
it, and
doesn't
it was
wait on.
It used to really bother me. It used to really bother me, but apart from that, I loved being pregnant. Pregnant for me is the easiest bit of this whole journey. And that's the best
I
bit.
hated it.
Yeah, but then pregnancy now in mums, these kids have got life
Did you
in
have bad
them.
pregnancies then? Did you? Not bad pregnancies. But
No,
did you have
not necessarily. Like I kind of did. I didn't have the easiest birth, and I had really bad sickness. Like you couldn't eat anything. But worse, what I thought was worse for me was I just felt sick all day, and I wasn't sick, and I would rather have been sick than have that sick.
Oh, but it doesn't get better.
No, I probably had that for about 5 months. I couldn't eat the foods that I liked.
Pate, eggs, not cooked enough, and that. I'm like, these are me.
I remember getting a poached egg, and my boyfriend at the time being like, "What are you doing?" And I was just like watching him take the plate away from me, like, "Oh my god."
Some girls get proper sick though, don't you? I've seen girls have their joints be dislocated.
Yeah, I had.
I've seen swelling,
I was on crutches,
I've seen some terrible things.
I got really bad SPD, which is it's to do with your hips
did you
moving
come
out of
out?
place. Yeah.
See, that's what
So I was on crutches, so it was agony, and you don't realise
crutches when you're
how
pregnant.
bad it is. Well, it can render you almost immobile because
hair falling out. I've seen some girls going baldy.
I did after.
Teeth. You can lose your teeth.
Stuff. I've seen some women lose the teeth.
Yeah, the
fall out.
teeth because it's something to do with the blood flow. I think
The baby's
correct me if
sucking
I'm
like
wrong,
that,
in your mouth. But like this. What people don't realise is it is a big strain on women. Like you could lose your hair. After my daughter Sienna was born, I got the SPD come back really bad, and I was like very close to being in a wheelchair and being hospitalised because I was in that much pain.
But you've got to remember,
I couldn't
you're
eat
creating
after.
You're creating a human, like you're not just making a sandwich. You're making lungs, a brain, eyeballs, feet, toes, nails. We're incredible things. Incredible creatures, man.
Girls, did you
Honestly,
create a
honest to
toenail?
God.
Oh my god.
But I'm sorry, but we just need to respect. We're not making a pussy. We're
Yeah,
making
yeah.
a person. Like,
Did you
what else
notice
can
that?
do that but us?
It's so much
I
that
need
your
a
body's doing when you're pregnant that so when you're breastfeeding as well, that's why you don't have a period because but as well
I didn't breastfeed, so I don't know this. This is like all
You create an
knowledge
extra
to
blood
me.
supply, don't you? You'd have your own blood supply, and then when you're pregnant, £2 of your pregnancy, so obviously you put pounds on it, So about a stone is the baby towards the end, and then about £3-4 is an extra blood supply that you create.
Yeah.
Then you'd have like about another £2-3, which is extra water. So there's not just like a baby, you've got water, you've got
everything
extra
else.
blood. Then you've got
I
the
am
extra,
going to put it out
honestly,
there. This is
we're incredible creatures, man. We are the closest thing to God. Everyone, get down.
we are God.
I'm
I'm just going to
telling
put
you,
it out
it's
there.
amazing.
This is
Beautiful.
pure comedy value. I didn't even know until I was about 6 months pregnant that you have to the placenta comes out for the baby.
Did anyone eat this?
No, apparently though
didn't
it's
even
supposed to
see
be
it.
amazing.
Yeah,
What did
you
they not
did,
see it?
yeah.
Did you not see it? We took a
I had a good
picture.
feel of it. I did. I was like,
My
whoa.
husband, my mum filmed the whole bit, and then we were around my in-laws' house, right? And my mum, we've got a video,
I love it.
and the placenta's like hanging off the umbilical cord, swinging round, and my vagina is in the background.
Beautiful, man. I
And
love it.
husband,
Put it in a frame.
my husband shows
Beautiful.
his in-laws and my sister-in-law, and he's like, "Look," and I'm thinking,
Are you jumping over
Yeah,
to the
look.
camera like, give me back my dignity?
like, "Look at the placenta, it's
I love
huge," and literally, I'm like,
No.
spread legs in the background.
So I had to go to theatre in the end, so I didn't see any of that.
I
No.
love it, you know, I think it's good. If I could put it in a frame and whack it in the hallway.
I tell you what I would
think
do
it's
though,
incredible.
that a few friends of mine have
Everything.
done.
Yeah,
I mean, placenta, my vagina, whatever you want to
You
go
know,
down in a
that's
frame.
the print pictures that people make.
Check this out, look what I did. Here's one of me there.
No, it's not for me. It's not for me.
No, but
Sorry,
I
go on,
think it
Georgina.
is a shame that we create this organ and then we just discard it and throw it away.
But we're embarrassed by it. Girls are like,
You shouldn't be
"Oh,
embarrassed by
you
it.
know, man.
A lot more
That
people
was
now.
the life supply for your baby.
But a lot more people now are having it put into capsules.
Yeah,
aren't
this
they?
is what I was
500
about
quid
to
it costs
say.
to go. 500 quid. Who's got that on my
But this is, do you know what though? I know a few girls who've had it done and they've said to me it is amazing.
Yeah.
Like all of that energy that you lose and you think when that baby comes out, you're not
You had your
sleeping.
brain to a hat.
Yeah, you don't eat. Do you know what I mean? It's the
Yeah.
most exhausting time of your life. You can't describe how tired you are to anybody who hasn't done it. It's indescribable. And the girls that have done it, who've had children and not done it
Gives
the
energy
first
back.
time and had it on the second time, have been like, it's like a magic pill.
Do you know the way I
It makes
describe
me
it?
feel normal.
It's like being in a car accident, right? So you've been in a terrible accident, and then the doctor says, here's the person that you hit, and here's some paracetamol, off you go. That's childbirth. You've just been through an horrific ordeal, and they go, here's a person, you're responsible for them, and here's a couple of paracetamol. All the
I
best.
always remember the first like
What do we do when we take them home?
I'm injured.
with my firstborn Bodhi, my husband actually turned around to me and said, what they should actually do is just off the hospital, they should have like a hotel where everyone with a new baby goes and you
And
just get
strangers
kind of...
love
This
you
sounds
as
amazing.
Yeah.
New business idea.
100%.
Maybe we can speak to Amir at Newbie and me and see if he's going to get some like 5-star hotel
Man, that shop's in
next
right?
to, popping up at the back
With
of
all of
the
the
Newbie and me
gadgets that come
shops,
with it, yeah.
ready for you to go and buy all the
Because you
pants
think,
and
what do I put
everything.
it in?
It's all there, isn't it?
Oh, I need a car chain.
I
because
wanted
that's what
to
won't let
take,
you go.
you know,
We'll
the
stop one.
cradle that it's in the hospital, like you touch it and it goes...
Yes,
How
I had
much
a rocking
and
one.
we looked at how much they were. Do you know how much they are?
£4 million.
I don't know.
I
I don't know what you're
£4,000.
about.
You know the glass little things the glass cradles that they go in hospital, and they rock, don't they?
Oh, well, mine didn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
was
touch
just
it.
wheels.
I had
I
an
rocked
actual,
like
I
that.
wasn't really in the room. So.
What about
Literally,
something?
even if the baby moves, they rock. But you can buy them, but they are about $4,000. Yeah.
Well, I had one of those next to me cribs, and I got a load of string and a little stick. I'm not even joking, with a hoop on.
Put it in
I
next
used to
door.
lie in bed like that.
rocking it.
Oh, go back to sleep. But
God.
and this was a big one for me because I worked full time right till the end of my pregnancy, and I worked in Manchester as well. So I live in Crewe. I worked in Manchester.
Yeah, so you're travelling
It
in
was a lot of travelling. It was being stuck on the motorway when you sometimes have to go to the toilet every 15 minutes towards the end of your pregnancy. You can all vouch, even more, and in the night. And I just remember feeling towards the end of my pregnancy petrified that I was going to go into labour and I was going to be in the car on my own, in
stuck it on the way
labour,
home and
on the
not
motorway, stuck in traffic, just like opening the door and
Yeah.
going out, help me. But how did you guys feel about it? Like, did you work, Georgie, when you were pregnant? Did you go right to the end?
No, so with my first, I was like, no one could touch me. I was having a baby, and I needed to just stay on
Bow
the sofa,
down.
not do anything. We were really careful with my first. It didn't work. It didn't work until he was 18 months.
Yeah.
But with my second, I worked all the way up until the end. Literally,
Yeah.
I finished a week before his due date. So I had that 1 week, but then I was 2 weeks over anyway. But
And you had a baby at home.
no,
So
I didn't have a baby at home.
Oh, well, this is your second one though. You
So-
did.
No, I had them both in hospital,
Oh,
but I
okay.
worked right up until the end. Yeah.
No, sorry. What I mean is, when you were working full time with
Yeah.
your second one, you had a baby that you were looking after anyway.
Oh yeah,
at home.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's all right.
Yeah.
I really struggled with pregnancy. like
Me
I just
too.
didn't
Well,
enjoy
I
it.
didn't enjoy it.
Didn't enjoy it at
I
all.
love being fat. I used to oil myself up like a turkey in the oven, base myself with bio oil.
absolutely loved it.
No.
Except no one wants to touch me.
I didn't enjoy it.
I worked in retail at the time, so I was on my feet all day, every day. I got signed off at 30 weeks, and I've never felt. I was store manager. I've never felt so guilty for
Really?
leaving because we were a really close team, and I got
It's
signed
your
off.
health though.
Just-
It's your
and it
health.
is.
It's your baby.
Now I look back, I remember ringing my area manager and just crying.
You have every right
Yeah.
to have a babe.
And now I look back and I think,
What were
why
you
did I
doing?
even work that far into it?
This is the problem. Yeah.
It's your baby, it means more than anything. Now, don't
Why
take this
do
the
you
wrong
do
way.
that?
Any job, right? I love my job, don't get it wrong, right? But if I was to get hit by a bus right now and walk out there and get hit by a bus, they'd replace me in a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd replace me
Right,
with
yeah.
somebody else. However, my child, it's
Yeah.
game over them. That's the end of the life for them. And this is what, as women, this is what is frustrating again. See how mad I'm getting? I need a soapbox. I need to stand on something. You work as you work, and you should work, and you have every right to be successful and have a career, but
Somebody
you shouldn't
said
have
to
that way, babe.
me.
You're making a baby.
Yeah.
You shouldn't
And
have
now,
your hair brushed and
after
looked.
looking back, I thought to myself, why did I even put, because I was struggling towards before that,
Yeah.
why did I even put myself through that? Because now I don't even care about it.
Did anyone
work
say to you
there.
at your job, don't be stupid, relax, put your feet up? Were they saying that to you?
No.
Don't stop crying,
But
don't be
then-
stupid.
If that was one of my members of staff, I would have been saying
Good
that
girl.
to them.
Yeah, that's what
So-
you do.
But
Yeah,
somebody
exactly.
said something to me, and I heard this a few weeks ago, and it really hit home for me. And I'm trying to think about it so we get it right. But it was basically like people expect women to work like they don't have children,
Yeah,
and
to
have
look after children
like you don't work.
like you don't work.
100%
And it is
yeah.
a balancing act. So even though you've got your partner and you're
I'm
supporting,
going to work
I'm
on
not
the
taking
size
anything away from like. Because the dads are hands-on, it's a partnership, it can be 50-50, they can even do more. There are single dads out there, but when you're pregnant and carrying that baby and you're working, I don't think people understand how hard it is.
No.
Your hormones are mental.
And people
you're
say, oh, you're
exhausted.
massive,
But I
you're
think
massive, aren't you?
women are now speaking out. Like my mum, she's like, oh, you know, I don't know what all the fuss was about.
Shut up and shut
When
up.
we were younger, when they were younger, it was kind of like, it wasn't kind of okay to say, I'm not coping.
Yeah.
This is really,
Yeah.
really hard. But now women are speaking out. They're saying this is hard, and it's okay that it's hard.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you that it's hard.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's the hardest thing in the world. It is the hardest.
It is.
But what you like is, it's like,
And the
once you've
most
done it,
beautiful.
throw anything at me now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw
Oh,
anything
yeah.
at me now, and I'm like, yeah, go
Even
ahead,
the
no problem
smallest
ever.
things now, I think to myself, I've had a baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I go, I push the pace, I'll give you an out of me, mate, bring it on. What is it you're going to do?
When I was at work, we had to like be guinea pigs for what's it called, the dermaplane or whatever, the
Yeah.
little needles in your face.
Face
And we
shaver.
were like,
It's a face
oh,
shaver.
George,
You're
wasn't
getting your
it
face
really
stabbed
painful?
regularly.
And I was just like, I've given birth.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
Yeah.
Human
Yeah.
has come out of me.
Yeah,
There is.
punch me in the face.
Yeah, I didn't feel pain. What do you remember? Did you ever watch The Simpsons? That Homer Simpson
Which one?
show where he got like world champion boxer because he
No,
couldn't
I've
fight
seen
for
this one, I
anything,
love The Simpsons.
but they just kept punching him in his head and he felt no pain. That's women after they've had a baby.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
100%.
So what about birth? Because everybody's got like a birth plan. Like, oh, I want a water baby.
That goes out the window.
Yeah, and it
I want the drugs.
doesn't
That's all
usually
you say
happen.
in the
But
end.
I'm not even going to have the gas in her.
Yeah. My mum was sucking on my gas in here. And I was like, Gail, come here. She was like, listen, turn the radio up, I love this one. I said, there's no radio in here.
Do you know what though? I was in labour this time last year.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Cheers.
Is it a birthday today?
No, a week
Cheers.
later.
Cheers.
Oh.
What about the birth? Because I don't think, like, I didn't really have a birth plan. It wasn't a big thing for
Oh
me.
my God,
I had
Gail's, I've got the Monopoly board, so you go. I've got one of each, so you go.
I had prenatal depression, and for me, it was more to do with like a really heightened anxiety that there was constantly something wrong with the baby or
Yeah.
something dreadful was going to happen. And everybody has like the nightmares and things
Yeah.
that towards the end, but mine was constant for the entire pregnancy. And I
That's
think
horrible.
I think that was one of the main reasons as well. I pretend it was more selfish reasons, like, oh, I put weight on. It wasn't. It was because that became quite unbearable for me and it overshadowed everything else because it got to a point where I convinced myself that I wasn't going to ever
This
give
is too
birth.
good to be true.
Yeah, it was too good to be true. This wasn't going to happen for me.
Yeah.
But so it was difficult for me going into that and going into the birth. So I didn't even think about it. All I could think was,
You don't know till the born.
please, just want everything to be okay.
Yeah. All the scans in China ain't going to tell you nothing. You
No.
can look at them all you want, but you don't know till the
And I
baby's
think
here,
when
and that
you're-
plays on your mind now.
When you're pregnant as well, and you have all these tests done, you don't know what they're for, especially if it's your first pregnancy and you're having this test. And you're like, what's that test
Yeah.
for?
Oh God,
Yeah.
I did. My
So-
husband was like, Google.
Yeah, but
Google.
for
I
me,
hate
like, you have-
Google.
It's always
Do
weird,
not
though.
Google.
You're
I
gonna die.
It's weird
That's
when you
what
move too much.
I
When you move too
googled, if you ever Google anything, it always comes up with you are dying. I've left work because I had a black poo once, and I am not even joking. I thought my insides were falling out, and I had a really attractive boss at the time, and I had to tell him in the boardroom, like, yeah, I've had a black poo, and I've got to go to the hospital because I've Googled it, and it says the dying.
It's in this bag.
Do you know what? I was literally contemplating, like, should I keep it in the toilet so he knows I'm not lying? I don't
Everyone.
want to act. But when you
Was
were...
that when you were pregnant? Or?
No, that's...
Okay.
She's just that kind of babe.
That's the kind of things I do.
I think with midwives like you to have a birth plan put in place, and I think I went into the mindset of being really sort of laid back. And yeah, I'll put one in place, but do you know what? I'm not going to hold everything to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
I can imagine you win.
Yeah.
If it goes off, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No.
Is there anything that
wasn't
you
what I'd
really
written down.
wanted? Like, the only thing that I knew was that I really didn't want a cesarean if I didn't have to, just because of the recovery
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
And
I didn't.
it can compromise. I know that I don't because I didn't have one, but my mum had 3 cesareans, and I know how poorly she was after and how it kind of compromised being able to hold the baby. And
I've had a
things
natural
like
and
that.
a C-section, and now that I've had both, the natural went perfectly fine, by the way. I've had a natural, an emergency C-section, and a planned C-section. So the natural was, as we've all experienced, birth, and it was beautiful, and I'm very proud of myself for being able to do it and did it well. But the emergency C-section was
Which
the most...
order? Which order?
It was
That's
natural
first,
first.
isn't it?
Emergency C-section was the most terrifying experience of my life, and I thought either I was going to die or baby was going to die, and I'm
Yeah.
signing paperwork and I'm
Yeah.
offering me cake, and my mum was
Horrible.
in the chapel.
And I think they tell you these things,
And that
they
was
mention
horrific.
words,
That
don't
was
they?
really
You don't know
bad.
what it is,
Yeah,
and it
and-
just sets you off.
Dr. AJ come in and wore me like a puppet and said, guess what, you're going to sleep. So I didn't even do it awake, I had to knock me out to sleep. So that was, and then woke up and forgot I'd had a baby. And I was like, you know, right? Yeah. And Luke showed me the picture and I went, oh, he's nice. He went, well, he's yours. Oh, yeah, John.
How long were you out for then?
Just as normal, so just put me to sleep, and then I woke up a few hours later and I'd had a baby. So that was horrible, but I've had a planned C-section, and although it was very Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, you go into sort of a white room with lots of little people that they all wire you up and that, it was incredible. Now, I'm sorry, I'm all for girl power, push them out girls, but if I was going to have any more babies, if I won the lottery, I'd have 20 kids, and every single one would be a C-section if I could. And that's just me being honest. And that's just the fact.
That was one thing I thought. I didn't want a C-section. That's the only thing I didn't want. However, being put in that position when I had about 10 doctors around me, signing this paperwork to basically say, if this doesn't work, we're having a C-section. These are the risks, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
I sat there and I was like, I don't care, just do what you need to do.
Of course. Instincts kick in, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Do you
because
know
I've
what?
experienced all, I'm a little bit like, oh yeah, don't worry about
I
it.
think-
Out the sunroof, let's go.
I think for me, and I think it's the same for every woman really, and I do believe it is the same for every woman. When you get in that situation and you're in the hospital, you think that you would be concerned about yourself, and you're not. Like,
No.
even though you've
no.
not met this person,
No.
or you could be a first time, or it could be a 5th child, your pain and everything else is overrode by this like overwhelming feeling of love towards
100%,
your unborn child,
100%.
and you don't care. You don't care if they say, right, we're going to have to chop your hands off,
Yeah,
and you're going to have to have a
take
hook hand. Yeah, that's fine. Is the baby going to be okay?
Yeah.
You just it's the first real realisation that there's going to be this most important, beautiful boy or girl or thing in front of you that
Oh,
is
it's
in
incredible,
front
isn't
of you.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
Like with my second, kind of jumping forward a bit, after the birth was fine. So both of my births were more or less water births, and they went to the plan. Yeah.
Did you? At home or
Yeah.
in the hospital?
In the hospital. So my first one was a planned water birth, and I remember going into the hospital and I was like, I'm literally 8 centimetres, and she checked me. She was like,
How did you know?
No, I didn't. I was
That's
too.
how you felt. Right, like the baby's coming.
Yeah, I was 2 centimetres. She's like, you're
My
gonna be
husband
late
has got the
ages."
ruler.
No, so I was 2 centimetres, and I was like, I thought I was about to give birth because of the pain. Obviously, you know, it's the first time.
You don't know what to expect, do
Really
you?
wanted a water birth, you know.
Wow.
Oh, go on.
So my first water birth, well, I didn't have him in the water in the end, but I'll tell you. So my first water birth, so yeah, she told me I was 2 centimetres and she was like, oh, you've got ages yet. An hour later, I was 8 centimetres, so it happened that quick.
How did you go that quick?
And she was like, well, you've got in your birth plan that you want a water birth and I've got to run the bath, so don't push. Don't push.
Put a plug in it.
You can't help but push, can you? When
No,
when
but
you're
you
pushing.
No, it's
Oh, no.
it
Yeah,
does it
it's without
involuntary, like your
Yeah.
contractions come.
And I was like, I want a water birth, fill that tub up.
But it won't walk the thing, the
Ages,
pool.
Well,
doesn't
literally,
it, when
the
you're waiting
water
for
bath.
it?
Does it?
It's, I wouldn't go voluntarily into the water bath again because you're literally like a starfish in there. There's nothing to hold on to. You just
What you wear?
Don't they
Are
put you on the
naked?
wall?
I was naked, but you can wear like literally.
No.
I
With a
walked
top hat
across,
and a bikini.
I walked across the hall naked. My husband was like, "Put your nightgown
Right.
on." I was like,
I'm
"I really
okay.
don't care." Like
Yeah.
literally.
We had, well, I tried to have a water
Did
bath.
you get in the
though.
pool, did you?
Yeah, I loved it. I would have stayed in there, but
Do you
you
not
got me
think
out.
it's too
Why
big?
did you get it out?
Oh, it was far too big.
Because she wasn't coming out.
You just
Yeah,
having a
I
ball,
had to-
you were cruising.
So I'm in the water bath, right? There is poo everywhere, right?
Well, it happens. Girls, if you didn't know, a lot of women do this.
Yeah, honestly.
During pregnancy, it's normal, it's nothing to be embarrassed
That's not
about.
mine.
Yeah.
That's not mine.
If
I
your
don't know who's
boyfriend
video.
or husband ever brings it up, then that's
Oh,
Off
no,
with
mine
his head.
was-
Free-ranged
mine was
off
really
his
good
head.
about it. So he said to me, I had my eyes closed the whole time, by the way, when
Oh,
I'm in this water
babe,
bath.
did you?
Yeah, the whole time I had like a towel over my head because I wanted it to be dark. I wanted it to be dark. So, and my husband said that the
You smell, can you
nurse,
smell poo?
the midwife, she's like fishing, trying to catch this poo, and in the end he just went, oh, for God's sake.
Oh, what a babe. What a woman she
Okay.
is. Good on her.
Yeah, but I gave birth out of the water with the first one in the end because she says to me as I'm pooing myself, Georgina, do you need a wee?
Are you for real?
No, but that's
I love
the
midwives.
part.
Yeah, I
I
don't think
love
we
them.
can use this water again.
So I hadn't weed. I had to have
Is
a
this gonna have
catheter.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
If you need the toilet, you can't sometimes, your bladder gets in the way of
Is
the
it
baby
blocking it
coming
'cause it's
out.
big?
Yeah, so that's why you will.
Because you know,
I
the
feel
stand
like I'm in
don't
a
you know when
science
you've got a
lesson,
full bladder.
learning
I
all
get you, I
this.
get you.
Yeah, so she got
So
me
you
out.
hopped out.
I had to, she put a catheter up me and then I was just kind of
Oh, it's like a horror
and
film.
She cut me and then it came out, yeah.
What
Well, you
about
could
the
though,
first?
that's
so the
good.
second
Being
one-
good, I think.
The second one, I went into the little bath in your room, you know, when you're on the midwife,
Yeah.
you have a little bath, and I was in there and I thought, this bath is amazing. I could like push my legs
Yeah,
off the side.
yeah.
And I was like,
I
I
love
want
a
to stay in
bath.
this
Love
bath.
bath.
I want to stay in this bath, I said. And she was like, well, you can't stay in this bath. I was like, I want to stay in this
Listen to
bath.
me.
And she thought, you know
I've
what?
just had a child.
Yeah, I'm not even messing with this woman. And she was like, we're going to do a little dance where I tell you to get out and you say no. And I was like, that's what's happening.
I love that. I like this midwife. Every she is, I like
Yeah.
her.
So I gave birth in the bath
Oh,
with that
nice.
one. Yeah.
But you know,
Is it
it's
more
meant to
calming?
be- I love that.
Does it feel calming?
It's, you know they call it an
Yeah.
epidural?
It's a
Because
yeah,
it
natural
really does.
painkiller.
It is.
Yeah, it's
Every
so
time she would run the water out to refresh it because it had so much poo in
Natural
it.
pain relief.
I'd feel the
Yeah.
pain come on every time, and I was like, put the water back in.
It's like
put
you've
the
got
water back
period
in.
pains. So if
Yeah.
you've got period pains, you get in the bath, don't you? Do you know what I mean?
Well, I was in labour for a week.
Oh my God, you just
I
silenced
think
the
we should
room,
stop
mate.
talking about this now because you are
Oh.
scaring the guys that are watching
I was
this.
in labour for a week. That should be your bio on Tinder. I was in labour for a week. Come on,
I'd
lads.
have that on my gravestone.
That is brilliant.
What about
Oh,
your first day? Because it's everybody's so different, and I think it depends on your birth. Like, did you have a natural birth? Were you actually absolutely pumped high as a kite with epidural and everything else? Like, what
think
was it for
You
you?
get
Describe to me in a nutshell your first day.
deprived. I think it all just blurs into one.
the biggest come down ever.
Do you think?
Yeah. I was just like, I'm responsible for this person, and if I don't feed it, it'll die. And I just thought, oh my God, and my head, I just thought I could no longer just get up and go to shop.
But was it
That's
different?
what- yeah,
For each
I
that's
can't
one?
just get up and go out the first one. The
The
second
first
and
one.
third much completely different, but that
Yeah.
first one was utter horror and
Yeah.
fear and
I
oh
know.
my God, and I don't even know if I like it.
That no one tells you about as well.
And then you think, don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I
Don't tell
remember,
anyone.
yeah, I
Because you might
remember
take it
that
off
when,
me.
Yeah.
like,
Like-
I'd had Sienna and they put her on my chest, and I looked at her and I remember thinking, like, I love you,
Well, please go back.
No, but I was like, I love
I-
you, but I feel like I should be feeling something like I should be
Yes, I know.
crying,
Yeah.
or there should be this connection.
I did
that
cry.
it's like-
Disney films, man, they walked on
I think
mine.
the
What
what
it was,
Yeah.
and I did cry, but I expected like fireworks. I expected to be
But
transported out of the room
exhausted.
on a cloud, and then I thought,
I agree.
oh my god, I can't do it. I'm not going to be a good enough mother to this.
And then you think, maybe I don't love them, maybe they don't love me,
Yeah,
maybe
and
I'm not meant to
panic.
do
And
this.
it was,
I
it
think
was
it's a bit ugly.
amazing.
Who did he look like? Don't look like me, look like a
That's
little
it.
baby.
They put Sienna on my chest, and I was like,
I
if
said,
I
"She's
hadn't
awful."
seen them just pull her out of me, I would be like, I don't think this one's mine, because I think you expect to look down and see a mini version
An
of you.
angel, like some kind of
I
angel.
thought I was going to
Yeah,
look down
it's
and
a
see
mini version
myself.
of the dad. Which
But-
is really
I agree with you.
This is science,
like the
though.
dad.
apparently
Evolution.
yeah, they do that on purpose
Yeah.
so the dad doesn't reject
Mother
them.
Nature
Yeah.
made that on
Yeah.
purpose, didn't she, to make the dad bomb? But I remember being in bed in the hospital and they put Evie in a little tank, in that little clear tank, a little bobble hat on that they
Yeah.
put on, like a little Nike special. And I remember turning round to the hospital and going, oh. Honest to God. I just thought, and then I thought to myself, I just can't do it. And now, I don't know what I did about it.
I think that
Yeah.
feeling's really normal. I think it's the shock.
But no one
It
says
is shock. Yeah,
Nobody
nobody
says
prepares
that.
you, and nobody dare talk about it.
No.
Yeah, I remember saying to my mum and my husband, right, well, you can go because nothing's really going on. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And they went, and it was just, I was in this room with bright lights on that I couldn't switch off.
Yeah.
And he was just there, and I thought, I should be feeling something.
And you don't look straight away.
No.
I agree with you.
You do.
I've got
I
the
think you
picture.
love them.
Of course you do,
It's
but
not
yeah,
like,
it's not
oh, what
fine.
is it?
Probably about 4 or 5 days later, I was in the bath with him, and all of a sudden, I just had this overwhelming feeling of love. And I actually took a picture of it, and I was sat in the bath crying my eyes out with this baby on me,
Because it come on
thinking,
your own
I
time.
made
Yeah.
this baby, this is my baby. And that's when it came.
And that's
That's
your
making me
moment.
turn
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, that was your
Because you
moment.
do, I think everybody, look.
Yeah. Ronnie's nearly 2 now.
I
We
think
had mine
you
last week.
get, you do. I think you get everybody gets that moment when it hits you, and it's not when the
What's
baby
your
first
moment
comes
then?
out.
Tell us, 'cause you've obviously
I think
just
it was.
talked
I
about
think I didn't even realise I had one, and you just hit me then. And I
Everyone's
think
got
it
one.
was like when I was in the bath. I wasn't in the bath. I was bathing her, and I was just stroking her hair and everything, and it was just like
wow.
it was like a moment. You know when people talk about love, like I love my partner, I love this, like. There are no words on this earth that can describe the love that
Yeah.
you feel towards your child, and there is no way that you can describe that to somebody who's not.
Yeah, no, I'm getting a bit emotional.
There's no way that you can describe that to somebody who hasn't had children. That's not,
Yeah.
unfortunately
Yeah.
some people can't, and that's not a gloating thing, but it's that feeling. And then I just realised then that's when I had it. It kind of took me
Just
back to being in
expression.
the bath and stroking her
Baby.
face and just being mesmerised and having that moment of euphoria, like,
I know she was there. That's when she's born.
this is it, this is what I was
Do you get
waiting
what I
for.
Because everyone has this expectation of you meant to give birth to it and then that's it, then you're in love and you're the mum and you're the best mum in the world, and it's not. That's rubbish.
Yeah.
It comes.
But you're
everyone's
allowed
got
to
the
say that. You're
Yeah.
allowed to go.
to say I'm scared.
Yeah.
What
And
the
thank
hell's
God
this?
Thank God women have started talking about it, and we do feel like we can say, I'm not okay.
I
I'm
think it
scared.
makes you a better mum.
I'm
I think it makes you a
struggling.
better mum.
I'm scared, I'm struggling, I need a bit of help.
You don't feel alone as well, because it's very lonely being a mum. I've noticed since having these kids, I feel very isolated.
Yeah.
And I'm quite sociable and I'm used to having a lot of friends and that.
It
And
can
I
just be
realise
you
now
and
I don't have
baby.
any friends and it's actually, I'm isolated. Do you know what I mean?
See, I'm actually the opposite. See, I'm usually like, I've
Alright,
got my
so-
family.
Just rub it in.
What?
Rub the head right in it.
No,
It's
but
not the
honestly,
only
I'm usually kind of like, I've got like two best friends, and then I've got my family, which is a lot of girls. So, and then that's it. And I don't really make friends very well or anything.
I know.
But being a mum, I'm really sociable now because I need it.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
need.
So you
Yeah.
make
that
more of an
support
effort than you
network
usually
of
would.
mums. I go out to like baby classes and stuff like that. I did with my first. Forrest hasn't seen any of them, obviously, because it's your second and you don't do
See,
that
I'm
kind of
a
thing.
bit like
I
Jen,
told you my
whereas
face and how
I've got
because I think, oh, not putting
I've
clothes
got
on,
I've
yeah,
got
you know,
really
and-
nice, like I've got a dead tight knit family, I've got lots of different circles of friends, but yeah, I think I find myself, it's me that kind of withdraws, if anything.
Yeah.
because
Yeah, I'm very
I'm tired
I'm-
and I'll cancel plans, and I think
Yeah.
people think that I'm, oh, she's not, she's
Have you
not
stopped
making
cancelling the
an effort.
votes?
Yeah,
Is that
I mean,
just
no,
me?
they love
Yeah,
it.
Don't
They
bring
love-
me,
I mean,
mate.
I've got
Look
loads,
at that.
some of them are, some I work as well.
I
and
do
just
that.
think you're tired.
See, I just make
Oh,
one
look
friend
at them
now.
ringing me. I hope it's not an emergency.
I always say, if
I
they want
text
me,
my
they'll
friends and
text.
say,
Yeah.
anytime you need me, rain or shine, mate, I am here for you. Silent. And I'm like that in bed. Oh, I hope they don't need me. Oh, 'cause
Right.
I've
Repent. You need that sleep, Jen.
I've
Right.
become the opposite, mate, honestly.
Guys,
got no time for
you're
it.
not going to believe this. We've gone through every single topic
High five me, ladies.
that we wanted to
High five
discuss.
me. High five me.
Group
Beth.
hug,
Go
group
away,
hug, group hug,
girls.
group hug.